Okay. All
Like
right.
so, and
That's a good question.
that'll be right before your
Maybe
your
I should go to the
introduction.
other side of the table.
Ooh, smart.
Yeah. Get better. Oh, there you go. Now you can see my
Oh
true beauty.
yeah,
There we go.
that's
That's better.
good. That's good.
That's much better.
All right, so
Yeah.
we are streaming. Let me get into the TikTok monitor. How do I share this out?
Oh no. Who's in charge around here, Greg? What?
I don't know. I never know. Oh, Monstera just dropped in.
Hey, are those the diamond angels from Isaac?
Yeah, yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
I have 6 of those. Mhm.
I love them. They're so
Yep.
good. Hey, thanks for the heart meme, Monstera. Appreciate it. This is gonna get so awkward because I really need to have both two monitors hooked up, but I want to sit
How,
here in the middle of my room.
yeah. Can I see the chat? There it is. Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to see it.
Is it on the
Hey guys,
bottom
go
right?
ahead
The
and
chat.
yeah, go ahead and share this live out, regardless of the platform that you're on. And let's get some folks in here. We're gonna start the show in about 10 to 15 minutes or so. But before then, let's get some more folks in here. Ask
Yeah.
questions. We're just gonna talk and hang out for a bit, and then we'll put a slate up. This slate.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then we'll kick it all back off. We'll kick it all
Oh,
off. So,
the pre-show shenanigans are the best part.
yeah, I agree. I
How
agree.
do I? All right, this is definitely rookie amateur level podcast on
Oh, we're all
guest
learning.
on my part, but I can't see that. Like, there's a chat at the bottom right.
Yeah.
It shows help and then chat, and I hit chat,
Yeah.
but there's no messages in it.
Yeah, no one's chatted. That one's only working from YouTube. The TikTok chat isn't working, so you'll have to, if you want the TikTok chat, you'll have to look at it on TikTok.
Okay, so YouTube comments will show up there, but I can't comment.
You can comment.
It doesn't have a.
At the bottom, you can't type a message.
Oh,
but this is only going to send it to YouTube. That's interesting. All right, so we've got some issues to figure out, but we'll get it in post.
There is private chat, so I can send you secret messages.
Perfect. That's all I've ever wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Let's see if I shift a little more. Get even better light.
Let's see here.
That's better.
So where are you right now?
So I am in Avalon in the great state of New Jersey.
Everything's legal in New Jersey, right?
Everything is legal in New Jersey. Yes. and we passed a few dispensaries on the way in to prove it. So
all right.
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome.
So this is sort of it's back to the start of my origin story in the fish world, but I don't know if you want to talk about that yet.
So yeah, we won't talk about it. Don't spoil it.
Up.
You don't want to shoot your shot now and then not be able to do that later. So
I'm not going to throw away my shot here, Greg.
Yeah, you only have that's the second Hamilton reference at this point. There's going to be many.
All right. I love it. We're so intellectual.
Real
you
quick,
thought we were just fish nerds.
How do you actually pronounce your last name?
According to my family, they have always said Reusch, like
Reusch. Okay.
As in kangaroo, right? Reusch.
Yeah. It's spelled way differently.
It is. I don't know. I mean, you say hey, my name is Greg Thoman, and you could say no, it's Greg Janofsky. It's just spelled funny.
Greg Janofsky.
Like, am I going to argue with you? It's your name.
Right.
You
it's my name.
You want. Yeah.
Man, my dad growing up, he always made up his last name in different different nationalities. Like, so for a while there was Thomanovich, right? And it's like, okay, that's fine. And then he had he always told me about this guy that he knew in high school whose name he swears his name was Darren Nerad. And I'm like, okay, Darren Nerad. All right.
Okay.
So, and it's a palindrome. I'm not spelling it out, but it's a palindrome, Darren Nerad. Yeah, just ridiculousness.
Yes. No, I get it. Yeah.
Well, I didn't exactly show you either, so there's that. Reusch.
So should I go to YouTube as well, or just see the chat? Or I got no chat.
The YouTube chat will show. The YouTube chat will show here. It's just
okay.
We only have one.
Be able to read the love notes from our adoring fans here.
Our adoring fan, right? I don't know. Is that your mom? Is that your mom that's watching on YouTube right now? Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured.
My mom's at dinner, actually. I left a few minutes early to kick off the splendid podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, so
and I appreciate you.
The light has changed. Hold on. Let me. Yeah.
The light's pretty good.
The
good.
The sun is going down. So maybe. Oh, there you go.
Let's see.
Oh, it's still.
Oh, it's gorgeous though. It's like, how much do we need to see your face? Because that's gorgeous.
Your view is not very good. You just got me. My view is fantastic. I've got sunset.
Yeah, if you just keep your mic there, turn the computer around, we're good.
Yeah, there we go. Just.
Here we go. Oh, hey Haley, welcome in. Yes, we are gonna do an official show start here in about 9 minutes. We're just getting the giggles out, getting started, and then we're gonna put up the slate, and we're actually gonna do the show, and this is the first show. So the show is called Weekly Water Change, and it's just storytelling. It's just stories from the aquarium hobby. So we're bringing in a different guest every week. We're going to talk about real stories, their real experience, real learnings, mistakes, and try to make a welcoming place for new people in the hobby to realize that everybody's made those mistakes. Everybody's done that. And so the goal of this is to kind of level the playing field and just put people at the same level and just have fun doing it. It's going to be great. This is our first episode too, so it's, failure is always an option, especially when you have Jason on. So failure is always an option. See, now you're muted.
Okay, so getting the giggles out will not happen. Giggles will continue until you push this podcast or whatever we're calling stream or whatever we're calling it is over.
Can I mute you? I think I can mute you, so we should be fine.
All right. Oh, good. Okay, I got. I can see chats now. It says hello, my fin loving friends. That's Fish Fam link.
Yeah, that's
and
from
Prodigal
Fish Fam.
Aquarius. Are these any people we might actually know in real life?
So Fish Fam, yes. John is in Fish Fam. Nancy's in Fish Fam. So that's that YouTube group. Corey's part of it. There's a big group of folks.
Okay.
Prodigal, if I remember correctly, Prodigal Aquarist is a UK aquarist. Waiting for AquaFindr to take over to grab ground on the UK side as well, which we kind of paused on for a little bit. But
Well, thank you guys for tuning in late. Although I'm sure you were up crying about the World Cup, so maybe this will cheer you up a little bit. Yeah, it was tragic. I have some really good friends who are in the UK. Actually, they may be at the next Fish Club meeting. Because they're coming over to visit at the end of July, and I think they're going to be there for the August 1st meeting. So you might have a few from across the pond at the meeting.
Oh, that's awesome! Are you going to be at a meeting finally?
Yes, I'm dying. I missed the last two, and this trip was part of why I missed this one this past weekend. So
it was a lot, and unfortunately, it was the Greg show.
Yeah, I heard it. Greg's show did not disappoint.
Oh, come on. Yeah, it was rough.
Can't stand the game.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It was such a strong game for the first 2/3, and then boy, Argentina like went into, turned it up to 11 or, high gear or whatever you want to say. And just those last like 10 minutes were intense.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of sports. I play ice hockey, but I don't watch a lot of sports.
I was rooting for the England-France match-off, like the battle across the channel, but it was not meant to be.
Yeah. Can you turn your gain down just a little bit?
Yep.
It's blowing out just a little bit when you
There we go. Was that better? Yeah.
I think so.
Plus, I need to stop getting excited and yelling into the mic.
Right. Eating the microphone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that good? Right about where I am now?
Yes. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. All right. There we go. Yep.
Oh, man. Hey, Adler. Oh, Dirty Beaver Boy stopping through, too. How's everybody doing? Appreciate the heart me's. Appreciate the likes. All I can really see right now in TikTok is the chat because we're streaming from Restream. So all I really see is the chat. So if you guys are liking the stream, thank you so much. If you're sharing it out, fantastic. I love it. I haven't figured out how to do that while I'm streaming from somewhere else. So I have to something else for me to figure out. Yep. It's all learning.
It's your first go around. You get a little bit of grace. I can't see the TikTok chat, by the way. So if anybody says anything grumpy about me, just don't repeat it.
Oh yeah, here's one. Who is this Jason guy, and why does he look like that? Okay. Well, I have to figure out how to go, like, why the chat's not integrated. Like it was before, and then now it's not. So it's just weird. I have to figure that out.
Yep.
But yeah. So how long are you in Jersey?
We drove up here
in the New Jersey.
The New Jersey. We are down the shore for real, and we drove here from Nashville in exactly 15 hours on last Friday. And so we'll be here Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which is today, right? And then tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow. And then we drive back on Friday.
Driving. Okay. So what's that, 14 hours? 12?
15.
15? Okay.
Yeah, if you are just like doing it solo and you minimize the potty stops and everything, you can do it in 14, but 15 is realistic.
I used to tell people, because we have family in St. Louis, and typically it's like a 6-hour drive, right? But I'm a big fan of saying like, yeah, it's 6-hour drive, but we've done it in 12.
Yes.
Because when you have two young kids and like a dog, right? Like you're stopping every couple miles.
Yep. We did pretty well. It was me, my wife, my son, his girlfriend, and my daughter, and we did all right. We rented a car because we didn't have anything big enough for everybody, and it has the hands-free mode, so it was pretty straight. Like I was just rocking, listening to fish podcasts and everything, all that. It was fine.
Man, that's awesome.
It wasn't too bad. Yeah.
My car, I have it's a really good adaptive cruise control. It's a 24 Subaru Ascent, and it has the adaptive cruise control, and it's got really good eyesight on it, but it doesn't let you like take your hands off the wheel. Like, it will help correct. And I've taken my hands off for like 20 seconds, but eventually it starts to be an issue, and it's not gonna.
Is that your bird?
Yeah, that's Terry being super loud. Terry, go to bed. Is it super obnoxious when he's loud?
No, it wasn't that bad. It's probably more obnoxious in person than it is.
Yeah, it is. And Zoom does
over the mic
job of like cutting birds out. Apparently this does not. But we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna listen to the audio and we'll correct it on the fly.
Yep.
Later on.
Yeah. Delete half of me talking.
most of it. I'm gonna just ask a bunch of questions.
Okay.
And then no one will. There won't be any answers. It'll just be A 6-minute podcast, just questions. All right,
Yep.
I need to close their cage because they
Okay.
cover it so it's dark in there.
All right. He took his headset off, so he can't hear what I'm saying. So now I can say anything I want about him while he's not listening. Greg, nice hair.
You what?
Nothing. Yeah, we were just saying fussy things about you since you took out your headset and couldn't hear what we were saying about you. Yeah,
perfect, great.
Don't ever do it again.
All right, we're gonna kick this thing off. I'm gonna turn you off for a second, and I'll bring you back here in a minute. All right, going back to here. We're starting the show. All right, everyone. Welcome to Weekly Water Change, a new podcast from AquaFindr, the platform that makes buying and selling fish online safe and secure. On Weekly Water Change, we have real conversations involving real stories from real people in the aquarium hobby, and we're going to learn and laugh along the way. With us today is a friend of mine, Jason Reusch. Reusch. How's it going, man?
Good. Glad to be here. I'm so honored to be your first guest.
Oh, you spoiled it. It's fine. Jason,
I already screwed it up. I'm like 5 seconds in and I screwed it up.
Oh no. Oh man. All right. Well, let's see. So I want to give you some time to tell us a little bit about you. Get into like a little bit of your journey and all that, but for the most part, like I've got we're going to get into it. All right. So don't worry too much about that. Before you do, if you would answer one question and then just kind of get into your spiel a little bit. What is your favorite tank right now? Right now, what is your favorite tank and why is it your favorite tank?
Okay. All right. That's an easy one right now. You know, sometimes you got like you're trying to pick between your kids and which one you like the best, but other times you're like, that kid just did something stupid. I like the other one better. Right now, my favorite tank is definitely and I probably got some pictures or a video I could post, but it's a 16-gallon bow front that sits behind me. I work from home, so I'm sitting there and it's directly behind me. So when I get tired of all the humans at work, I can just turn around and talk to the fish. But it's got what makes it my favorite is that it's got fish in there that have a lot of meaning. So it's got a population that is exploding at the moment of Mickey Mouse platies that I'm excited about because I love when I was getting back into the hobby during COVID. I love Disney and I found out they had Mickey Mouse fish and I was like, oh my God, I got to get those. So I've got this colony of Mickey Mouse platies that I've been sort of casually colony breeding over the last couple of years. So I put a bunch out in the summer tub last year and they bred like crazy. And then I kept about this best 8 or 10. And so I've done that twice. And so they really look good and they mean a lot because I put a lot of work into them over the last couple of years. And as you know, from going to the Bluegrass Bash, I entered them. They are now award-winning fish, which is amazing. I can't believe I can say I have award-winning fish. So at the Bluegrass Bash, I entered them into the American Live Bear Association competition in the family class. So you have to enter a pair and 10 or more fry, which I did, and I won first place. And I have my little ribbon hanging on the tank. So at some point I'll have to show you that. And
when you get those on AquaFindr, you'll need to like just put a picture of the ribbon on there too. That's awesome. Congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
That's an amazing accomplishment. And if I remember right, like you guys are fairly into Disney anyway.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like you guys are a Disney family.
Yeah. Yeah. I go into things deep. I call myself a serial enthusiast, right? Like I get into something, I get really curious and excited about it. So there's no like kind of into something. It's either all in or just moving on. So those fish are in there. And then there's also the 24 karat gold guppies. which are from the Aquarium Co-op store in Edmonds, Washington.
Okay.
I was out there last summer visiting national parks, and so on the last day, I made a point to stop in at the store, and I've been trying to get some good guppies going, but I've had a hard time finding stuff at stores and sourcing them that they don't just all kind of wilt away after a couple of weeks. I guess it's the import process or whatever. I don't know. Other people have told me they've had similar experiences. So I really wanted to get good guppies going. And so I got 2 pair of those guppies. And then I found out, I realized after I got home that actually those guppies were from Corey's, Corey of Aquarium Co-op. They're from his house. He bred them at his house. Okay. And if you look on some of his YouTube videos, you can see him in the background. So I lost some during the freeze, but I managed to keep 1 pair alive, and now they've exploded. So yeah, it's my favorite tank because of the fish that are in there, and that they have a story and they mean something to me.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love how involved you've gotten with our local club, and that's all. Like it's been so much fun. It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
We do have a question in the chat that's for me, and I just want to not forget to tell this story. It's the story about how I got into the hobby, which involves too much adult beverages and an online order and a friend in the UK. So we do have to get back. We do have to get back to that at some point, because I do need to tell that. But yeah, give us just a little bit about you. Who is Jason?
Oh, sure. Okay. So this is a good place to be to sort of start my origin story. So I grew up, was born and raised in the Philadelphia area in the suburbs, and spent a lot of summers here at the Jersey Shore. In Bluebell in Montgomery County.
Okay. I spent a stint in Westchester.
Oh, okay.
On the other side of the city. Yeah.
Right around the corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Small World Aquatics that was at the Bluegrass Bash, they were from over in Glenside. So.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah. So grew up there. And when I was, how much life story versus fish story? Okay. I'll do the very quick life story.
Who's Jason?
And then we'll come back to, the fish has a lot to do with it, right? So you can't tell the Jason without the Fishman and the Jason. It all comes together. So I'll give you the short Jason, and then we'll throw in the Fishman storyline. So grew up in the Philadelphia area, and then came to Nashville to go to college. Met a girl, ended up sticking around.
What did you go to school for?
I ended up majoring in economics. But that's not necessarily the same as what did I go to school for, right?
Okay.
Right. Yeah, it was to get out and have an adventure and get out of town and meet some girls and have a good time. So
and you found one.
And I did. Yeah, it all worked out. I had a good time and everything. So so next thing you know, I have lived in Nashville for the last 30 years. So I've actually been there longer than anywhere else. And I'm a proper adult. I got a mortgage. I got kids. I got a dog. The whole thing. So, then where does the Fishman part come in? So when I was 5, maybe 6 years old, my younger brother, he was 2.5 years younger. He broke his leg. And so he had. Did you
have anything to do with that incident?
No. Actually, it's all my mom's fault. Okay. She was holding
right under the bus.
Yes. There you go, Mom. And she'll admit it. We were at a pool.
We just lost a viewer on YouTube. That must have been her.
That was my mom. She was like, I'm done with him. So we were at a pool at a hotel or something. My memory of this is vague, but she slipped and somehow she was holding him and fell, and his leg got caught, and somehow he broke his leg. Oh. So here he is, I
just made Jason's mom.
Yeah, she felt awful. She probably still, feels guilt about it to this day. But my brother was here this past weekend, and there didn't seem to be any animosity. Anyway, so he then, as a 3-year-old kid, had this huge cast that went all the way up to his hip. So you know, you got this 3-year-old kid with this big cast going around, and I'm like the older brother there that's like barely there anymore, right? Like nobody even notices me.
So how old are you at the time? Sorry, if
I
you
was
said it, I missed it.
five or six.
Okay.
5 or 6.
For some reason, I was picturing like a high schooler that was
No.
like just like my kids. I don't see my kids because they're out and about now, right?
Yeah,
So
I was 5 or 6.
Okay.
Oh, young enough to not really understand why all of a sudden nobody seemed interested in me. And my parents, to their credit, like noticed it and tried to do something. So somehow, I don't know how, they decided, well, let's get him a fish tank. Like that'll be a thing. And so we went to world famous Martin's Aquarium. If anybody's from the Philadelphia area from several decades ago, you will remember Martin's Aquarium. It was actually mentioned on the TV show The Goldbergs. So got a 20-gallon high, you know, set it up, had like whatever old-timey filter there was at that time. And I mean, I was just fascinated by it, you know, from the minute it was there, just like stare at it like crazy. And then we moved a couple of years later. The fish tank ended up in my bedroom. Was super into it. Like before you know it, on my desk I had like a little fundraising chart, you know, like the United Way thermometer fundraising, where I'd gone to Martin's and figured out all the things you needed to get a 55-gallon tank. Like that was that, like you made it. If you had a 55-gallon tank in those days, that was like the thing. So got a 50, you know, like had my birthday money and all that stuff, getting up to get enough to get a 55. And then, you know, once you have multiple tank syndrome, it is incurable. And so then, you know, I had ended up probably at my peak was like about 6 tanks there in my bedroom, just, you know, trying things out and experimenting and, you know, not really knowing what I was doing for the most part. Yeah.
Well,
and then,
going all like back to that moment, like what was like you had like your choice of like the fish at Martin's. What did you come home with? And is that would you consider that the fish that like hooked you in the hobby, or was it something else that came later?
Yeah, that was it. It was what I remember there being in there was some neon tetras and a red swordtail.
Okay. All right.
That's what I remember. Yeah.
Wow. That's so what is it about that combination, do you think, that just stuck out to you?
I mean, I think as a kid, the bright colors stick out to you and you're like, wow, that's really cool. And you see them in there and just, I don't know, just fascinated me. And then, you know, I got the other tank. I ended up working in Martin's Aquarium. We, you know, been around the water a lot. And the Baltimore Aquarium opened at the Inner Harbor in, I think, 1984. So I would have been 8 years old. And we went fairly soon after it opened. And it blew my mind. There is still no better way I would love to spend an afternoon than to go just walk through the Baltimore Aquarium. The last time we went, I went through 3 times. Like my wife finally gave up. She just like, I'll meet you, you know, at the restaurant next door or whatever. Yeah.
That's amazing. So you got started, you immediately got tank syndrome, multi-tank syndrome.
Yeah. Yep.
What's your first like vivid like mistake where you were just like hard in your stomach, like I've really messed this up, how do I get out of this? What did it like, did you have anything happen like that, or was it more of I know what it
was
fine?
So I think my dad picked up a mated pair of black marble veil tail angels. And he put them, I don't remember the exact, like this was a long time ago, right? And I've made a lot of mistakes since then, so try to block them all out. But somehow or another, they ended up in a tank with some tiger barbs. And anybody who's had tiger barbs and long-finned fish knows this is not a winning combination, which, by the way, I saw long-finned tiger barbs the other day at the Aquatic Critter.
How does that work?
And I'm like, how does that even work? How do they not all just kill each other and there's no such thing as long-finned tiger barbs? Best I could tell, but they look fine.
it's like when you get a box of like cockroaches, like they'll supposedly live forever, right? They just keep like eating each other.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what they're doing.
best I could figure, the long fins slowed them down enough that they couldn't hassle each other. Anyway,
Okay.
somehow or another, the angels ended up in the tank with the tiger barbs, and that was not going well. And they were tormenting the angels. And I was like, okay, I got to get the angelfish out of here. And I moved them over to a 20 high that was set up. But there was like, I don't know how this was, but there was a big temperature difference.
Okay.
There was like 10 degrees or something between the two tanks, and the shock really messed them up. So that was my first.
Did they die? Like, did they die immediately, or did they just like go downhill like after that? Like, how did that?
Yeah, you like right away they kind of just were struggling, and then they never came back. So
Okay.
at least that's my recollection of what all happened. So
What? So getting it, like, you started as a kid, right? Like, how were you learning? Like, who were you getting information from? Were you reading books? Were you going back to the aquarium store? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what
This is
gave you the information?
Yeah. So this is where I feel old, and also where I think it's so exciting what new aquarists, and especially younger aquarists, can just launch today and have access to information, and sort of, I wouldn't say mentorship, but being able to learn by seeing someone else do that I wasn't really able to. So for me, it was books, right? So you get the book at the fish store, and before you know it, I had a dozen deep on the shelf. And then I remember one Christmas, my parents got me, probably from Martin's Aquarium, like a video. It was like a 30, 45-minute video on like your aquarium or whatever. And I must have watched it 300 times.
Wow.
But so it was mostly reading things. But what you read in the books can be really hard to translate into practice, especially, if you're younger and you don't understand all of the terminology going on. Like when they talked about raising fry, they would be like, da 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 da, infusoria. And I'm like, what is that?
Like,
I don't
now
even
I need
know.
to go get another book, right? I need to find the book that talks about infusoria.
Yeah, so like feeding fry was kind of hard to figure out from a book versus, you can watch right now, you can go and watch a 5 or 10 minute YouTube video on vinegar eels, micro worms, baby brine shrimp, like you name it. You can figure out how to do it. I did manage to figure out how to do baby brine shrimp. But I'm sure I wasn't doing it that well, and probably half of them were unhatched or whatever. But so it was mostly through books and trial and error, and talking to people. But as any serious fish nerd knows, sometimes it's hard to other people in your life kind of get tired of hearing about your fish. Now, so that's when we did stumble on the Bucks County Aquarium Society, which is still thriving, is my understanding. I looked online, and some of the people from BCAS were at the Bluegrass Bash. So I went to
Did they remember you? Were they like, hey, Jason?
The people who were there when I was there are probably dead. But this was 40 years ago now, close to. So, being able to go there and talk to other hobbyists. And then, like I said, I ended up actually working at Martin's Aquarium on the weekends and during the summers. And so that was a chance to talk to people too. But unfortunately, it was a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
And absolutely. One of the things that I got super excited about when I got back into the hobby, which was really during COVID in 2020, was like, wow, like there's so much information out there. I mean, I've learned more in the last couple of years in the hobby than I did in, the 10 or 15 when I was, more when I was like into it in adolescence and later on.
So how long of a break did you take from like working in I have another question about the fish store, but like working in the fish store to like picking it back up again, during COVID?
Yeah.
How long was your break?
I mean, I think as every fish person knows, there's no such thing as a break from fish, right? Like it's always in your head, or you go by the doctor's office or whatever, and you're like, oh, fish,
Got one.
or you get to go to the aquarium, you do whatever. Like it's always, it never goes away, I think, is something that you're interested in. But other priorities do happen, right? So, having tanks and stuff as a kid, and then you start to get interested in other things, and other priorities come in, and other interests, and you know, uh, and other general shenanigans that come with being a high schooler and stuff like that. And then when you're in college and soon after college, like you're moving all the time, it's really hard to invest in the hobby very much. But I always kind of had one tank floating around somewhere in life. So when we shortly after college, my wife and I actually moved up to Philadelphia for about 2 years. I had a job opportunity there. It ended up falling apart like all the other techno companies back that day in the .com bubble. But we had limited floor space, so I went to Worldwide Aquarium in I think it was in Manayunk, and got a 30 extra high, because it was the way you could get the most possible gallons on the minimum square foot. Right? So we had kind of a small
place. Imagine cleaning that. You're just like your
I still have it.
Getting wet. Do you really?
I still have it. Yeah. Yep. Man. I do. In fact, that was the tank. So that tank was set up at the place in Philly, and then when we moved to Nashville, it was set up in the first house that we had. And then when we moved to our bigger house, like our sort of proper adult house, to spawn and do all the things that humans do.
You're not a fish.
And it ended up in the garage really until COVID. But there was a 10-gallon tank here or there with the kids, they like with the rainbow gravel and whatever here and there. But
yeah, we had our share of like, here is a thing that holds water that we're going to put a fish in until that fish is no longer. Like, it's just to keep the kids appeased,
Mm-hmm.
So okay, working at a fish store. Okay, what was like when you think back to that time? What's like the what you feel is like the most important thing that you learned while you were working there? Like, I imagine you going in, bagging fish, talking to people, knowing that they're buying something that they can't handle, whatever. Like, what did you take away from that experience that you just kind of carried with you this next time you went through?
People are crazy. I mean, it was not only working at the fish store. Like, it was my first public facing job, right? A job where you're out there in the public all the time, and people come in with all kinds of things happening in their lives, and and just say and do unpredictable and strange things. So a big part of what I took away from the experience at Martin's was just kind of like just general exposure to humans, and interacting with people in the public, and trying to communicate with people. But I think from a hobby standpoint, it was probably that like fish it's a leveler, right? It doesn't matter kind of what your background is, or how much money you have, or what you look like, or if two people figure out they're both interested in fish, like none of that matters.
Yeah.
Fish people are fantastic people. And it's like, oh, why don't you like fish? Yeah, come on, let's be friends. And it's like, what?
And we're weird too, right? Like there's
yes.
There's some weird, I mean, myself included, like there's some weird folks in this hobby. But at the same time, like you put us all in a room, and it just it's like you said, it levels it out. It's like self-leveling concrete. It's just like, we're just going to talk about the things that we have in common. And that is fish. That's fish.
Yeah.
So how do I ask this in a reasonable way? What's one, like with all of your learning, like you kind of restarted in the hobby several times. You have fish club experience. You've got fish store experience. You've got making your own mistakes. Like, what is a piece of advice that you would give to a new hobbyist? And then also, what is a piece of advice common piece of advice that you do not like agree with or wouldn't like pass on in the hobby? Let's start with the easy one. Like, what is the thing that you would tell like your younger self, for example, like getting into the hobby?
I know what I would tell myself, but I also at the same time know myself would not
Oh,
listen.
You wouldn't listen.
Yes, which is patience.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff in the hobby that just takes time, and the best way to react to something is oftentimes to do nothing, and just give some things some time, let things play out. Don't expect
what's a good example of that?
Results.
Like
that was. I never had a huge amount of success with live plants in the past. I remember Martin's had this like fabulous selection. I don't know who was buying these because plants were not like a thing back then. I guess they were counting on people buying them and killing them. But you see again back to how you learned about things in those days. Like you would get these books, and a few pages in there'd be a picture of like this perfect Dutch style planted tank. And you'd be like, wow, I want to do that, right? But you have no way to get there. So plants, it takes patience, right? You have to buy the plants. They're going to look too small. They're going to look scraggly. They're not going to fill the space, right? Even if you buy a bunch and sort of jam them in there, they're going to be struggling from the transplant and all that kind of stuff. And you can't expect to just put find a magic fertilizer or a root tab or whatever it is, and expect the plants to look fantastic in a week.
Yeah, because they grow the way that they're designed to grow, right? Like, and if you force that early, you're actually just stunting them, right? Because you're like jamming all the roots together and you're pushing all that in there, and then like they have to kind of fix what you did before they can then like repair themselves and actually start to thrive. And I think about like in this tank, you can't see it, but in the back corner I've got some like jungle val, right? And and I clumped it all together and I stuck it in the bottom, and I'm like, it's fine, it's gonna live, it'll be okay. But it's not like propagating yet, and it's been weeks. Get there. It's been weeks. And then
that could be that jungle val could be from me. Yeah,
it's probably yours, and which means it probably started with me, and then went to you. And then
it gets passed around. Yeah,
but this stuff over here, like it's just like creeping through. It's gonna turn into a jungle val like carpet in this tank. It's gonna be crazy.
Would you say it would be a jungle?
All right, using that mute button. All right, before we continue, I want to just say,
you forgot the second half of the question.
Oh gosh, you're right.
Do you remember what it was?
Yeah. So, do you remember what it was?
Yes.
Okay. What's one piece of advice
that
you think is wrong, that you don't agree with?
Ooh.
I guess I should have asked if you even had an answer for this question.
I mean, there's probably a lot of things like that. I think the thing that kind of makes me cringe the most is when people say you have to do it one way, right? Like this is like go back to plants. Oh, you want a planted tank? You have to have CO2. You have to have an expensive light, or all your plants are going to die. Or if you're not going to do all that, all you can grow is a Nubius, right? Like there is more than one way to do things. And I get frustrated when I hear people like coaching newer people, really pigeonholing them in and saying like, you have to do it exactly this way or it won't work. There's a lot of different paths to success with a tank.
Yeah, that's a really good thing to call out. Like I 100% agree. And my piece of advice is like always have a backup plan, especially if you're talking about like plants. Sure, let them die, throw them away, but like always have a backup plan. Like have another tank so you can like plop them in if you need to, fix the aggression issues or whatever.
Sure.
But like meeting people where they're at and then helping them take the next step. Yeah, right, like that is really
no, because it'll be right behind me. Sorry, I was mumbling to my son about the light. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're almost done.
We actually agree on something. Good.
Woo! We did it.
Yeah. How long are we supposed to go here?
Oh, we'll be done in 15 minutes. We're gonna be done at 8.
I like to talk and I like fish. Talking about fish, I can go all night long.
I know, but I can only talk to you for so long, so we're gonna have to cut it short.
Okay. Well, you could leave.
I'll just leave. It's my stream, and I'm leaving. That's good. If you're just joining us, you didn't hear the intro. This is the weekly water change podcast with AquaFindr. AquaFindr is a platform to buy and sell online safely. It's new. Think eBay, Aquabid, but amazing. That's coming from me, who built it. But you can trust me. It's fantastic. One of the things I wanted to just mention in the chat, go ahead. If you have a question for Jason or you have a question for me, let's go ahead and ask those questions in the chat. If you're enjoying this, go ahead and give us a like, give us a follow, depending on the platform, different buttons in different places. Go do the things. I wanted to talk real quick about something new from AquaFindr, and then I need to tell my origin story real quick, and then I have a couple more questions for Jason. Jason, you might actually know about this. So this is new on AquaFindr. So this is something we're calling AquaFindr Nano, and this is to give you, as a hobbyist, as a breeder, a place to land for your own brand. It's your brand, it's your domain, it's your blog. You may be putting content out there. You can do your own galleries and stuff like that. It's your website, but it's powered by AquaFindr Nano. So you don't need like your own hosting. You don't need to go find a web server. You don't need to spin up a WordPress instance. We do all of that for you. And you can have all of your own branding, domain, everything, and you can still have your store on AquaFindr. So there's a link on your site that would go over to AquaFindr, and your customers can check out over there. So if you're interested in that, hit me up. It's an amazing thing. We have a few people on it already, and it's already proving to be a very good unlock for our hobby, especially breeders. It's really, there was this disconnect that I think we filled, which is like the barrier to entry on technology is building a website, building e-commerce, building all of that. And so everything's built into this platform. And so, yeah, so check out AquaFindr Nano. I'll have more stuff about it on the website soon. So go check that out. Jason, did you have any comments about AquaFindr Nano before I give my origin story real quick?
Yeah, I'll say something quick. Is my audio okay? I think I unplugged my mic earlier.
It's super quiet.
Okay. Is that a little better?
No, it's not.
Oh, man, I broke it.
Did you hit one of the volume? Did you hit the gain knob or something?
Okay. Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, it's getting better.
Okay. So I pushed the mute button on the mic and you can still hear me. So it is obviously using the wrong input. So hang on one sec. Let me try switching to the headset that I had on. You might get a little Bluetooth.
All right.
Is that better?
Say it again.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's okay. That'll do. That'll do. We'll fix it in post.
The first go around.
I say I'm never going to go back and fix anything in post. Like,
okay, perfect. It's the first go around.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Go ahead.
So, this is my moment to give you a plug. I've been waiting for this the whole time to explain to the entire internet why AquaFindr is the best. I think it is pretty great, and I think to me what I've appreciated most of all is how much of yourself you have been willing to throw into it and try to do something great for the hobby. I mean, yes, sure, it's like ultimately, you hope to make it into a self-sustaining business for yourself, but you're trying to do it in the right way for the hobby. So I think that's really special. And, I saw a lot of that with your presence at the Bluegrass Bash and the way you were talking to people and trying to really understand where they're coming from and how could you make this work better for people. And I think the Nano thing is a good example of listening to people who are like, yeah, I don't know, I got to post things here, and then I got to also try to run my website and do all this stuff. To be a place where people can come and focus on, hey, I want to make the fish thing happen, right? I don't want to be a website administrator. And so I think it's pretty special the way the platform's coming together, and you are committed to it and keep making it better. So
thanks,
2
Jason.
thumbs up. Yeah.
Checks in the mail, bud.
Okay.
I appreciate it very much. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
All right. So my origin story, and I have to figure out a way to shorten this up because I do want to ask you a couple more questions.
Yeah,
I don't see anything in the chat yet, but
I don't know I've ever heard your fishy origin story.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't think I
feel
have.
like it was like an AA thing at like my first fish club meeting. I had to like stand up and tell how I got in there.
You gave a presentation at one of our early club meetings, but you kind of just jumped into it. I didn't get a lot of the like Spider-Man got bit by the spider, like started to have superpowers kind of bit. So let's hear that.
I got bit by a radioactive fish, and now I'm just damp all the time. That's what it is. So what happened was I was working it's actually the place where I'm still employed, and I was working with a guy that just got hired from the UK. And we were on a call at one point, and I saw that he had a fish tank in the background. And I was like, hey, I had fish growing up, and I did, more like my dad had fish growing up. And then like occasionally we killed a fish growing up, like that kind of upbringing. And I was like, I've always wanted to try it again, but it just seems like so much work. It seems like so much work. And he was like, if that's the only thing stopping you, I can show you how to do this without it being any work. And I was like, come on. And he was like, go take a look at like aquascaping, right? Like that's what you need to be doing. Like not full on aquascaping, but learn about that ecosystem, right? Like learn about the substrate, the plants, the nitrogen cycle and all of that, all of which I learned and then immediately unlearned. Unlearned? No, forgot. / didn't listen. So what I ended up doing is my wife was out of town, had too much sauce, and was just losing myself on YouTube, just video after video after video. And I was like, you know what? I bet I can do this. So I turned the TV off or whatever and went to bed. And a few days later, there's a 5-gallon all-in-one fish tank on my doorstep.
Did you drunk order?
Yeah, I drunk ordered a Fluval Flex 5-gallon. It's a great little tank, but it does not take 10 gallons of fish in it. It is rough on it if you're going to put 10 or 15 gallons worth of fish in that. And so I started with sand, and then I got plants and dragonstone because I wanted dragonstone, and I got cardinal tetras. I got betta and some rams. It was not good. But that was my first foray into it, was drunk ordering a tank, putting a bunch of stuff in it that I thought was cool, and some of it surviving.
Sounds kind of like my early experimentation days. And I think to some extent, just getting in there and getting overly excited and screwing it up is kind of what has to happen. And that's, like I said, about the lesson of patience. I don't know that there's any way to make a new excited aquarist actually understand that and listen. It just,
you almost
it's
have
part of what happens.
You have to have that failure in order to learn. And I think it's important for established and experienced aquarists to recognize that everybody has to have that moment. And you can't just berate people when they're keeping a betta fish wrong, or it's in a bowl or whatever. You can't, that is what's going to push them out of the hobby. You need to meet them where they're at, give them advice, be like, hey, what's the problem? Did you think about this? Did you try doing it this way?
Right.
Like that's how you keep people interested.
Yeah. Your betta is sluggish. Like, do you have a heater?
You have a heater?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Does it have plants? you have room to swim? All right, back to you. Okay, so what is one thing that you're excited about trying that you haven't gotten to yet? Like, what's the thing that's keeping you?
Oh man, I know I got a good answer for this, and
Okay.
I'm kind of cheating because you said I want to try, but I haven't tried yet. I'm like just getting started with it.
Okay.
So
All right.
I've been interested in the shell dwellers. You know, the what is it, Neolamprologus multifasciatus? Is that
Fasciatus.
what
That's
they
not Tanner's not here, so
Okay. Yes. All right. Somebody who's a Shelley fan can chime in the comments and set us straight. But so I've wanted to do a Shelley tank for a while. I've thought they were so cool. I was like, that'll be great, but I didn't really have a spot for it or whatever. And then this is where like good things can come from difficult times, right? So we had the big freeze in the south, and I lost a lot of fish. And there was a 10-gallon tank in my bedroom that was one of my favorite tanks of all time. It was great, like real simple sand, some gray rock, some wood, Java moss, crypts, and a dozen white clouds, and it was fantastic. And that tank didn't make it through the freeze, and so I took that out. And so now I'm in the process of setting up a tank for Shelley's. So before we left on this trip, I got the tank out of the box. I painted the back of the tank black, got like the little mat cut to put on the bedstand thing. And so now there's a tank with a nice painted background. I got a heater in it, and I got the filter and everything all in there. So when I get back home, I can finish setting that up. And I got multis at the bash.
okay.
I got 8 or 9 of them, and so they're hanging out in a 10-gallon right now, just doing their thing. They're doing fine, so they are ready. So I'm setting up a Shelley tank. I'm very excited.
Did you get? Do you have shells already? I mean, I think if I remember right, one of yours came with a shell because it wouldn't come out of the shell.
Yes. So
right?
The woman who had them at the bash, that she was in one of those rented tanks. So they were, I guess, 20 highs, and she had them in there. And I was like, well, how many do you have? She said, whatever. I was like, I'll just take all of them. And she's like, well, I'm going to have to give you the shells too, because I can't catch them all out of there. Because that's the first thing they do is jump into the shells. So she just gave me the 2 shells as a bonus with all.
Pretty
with
sure
all the
there's only
multis,
2 fish in these.
I've got to order. I don't know. I'm not sure. They seem to really tuck in. I mean, I'll be curious to see once they get going and I can watch them, like how much fish do they smush into a shell. But I've got to order. People have said, I haven't tried this, but people have said that if you just order the large escargot shells from Amazon, they're great and they're cheap. So I'm going to order
Are they empty already, or are you a big snail
eater? You do not have to eat the shells or eat the snails. Yeah, they are empty. So I'm just going to order a dozen or 2 dozen of those, fill the tank with sand, and then throw in the shells, throw in the fish, and watch the magic happen. I am having a like artistic design crisis though on the color of the sand.
Oh yeah.
Well, I've seen.
Walk us through that.
I've seen. Well. So that back to aquascaping, like that was one of the things when I came back into the hobby, I got really excited about, because I was a photographer for a while, and I almost kind of went there with a career, but like the whole idea of composition and layout and everything, really, I love that, and so I've really enjoyed the aquascaping part of the hobby and getting better and better and trying things and having some that you put it together and you're like, that didn't work, so. I know I'm overthinking the Shelley thing because there is no such thing as aquascaping. Like you put in the sand, you put in the shells, and then they decide what happens after that and rearrange everything. But the color of the sand, that is one thing I do have control over. And most of the videos on YouTube and stuff show really light colored sand, like pool filter sand, what you might think of as like a white sandy beach kind of color. But I've been thinking about maybe doing something. I have a bag of the Carib Sea Sunset Gold, which looks really good.
Yeah.
But I'm a little worried there won't be enough contrast between the sand and the fish and the shells that it'll all just kind of end up looking the same color.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm kind of worried about. So I don't know. I'm going to take some Sunset Gold, put it in like a cup of water or something, because the color in the bag is not the same as the color in the tank.
Yep.
It changes the color. I don't know what magical properties of the light happen in the water or whatever, but it doesn't look the same. You got to put it in the water to see. So I'm going to put some in the water, see how it looks. And if I'm like, yeah, and then look at the fish and look at the shells, you know, have my artistic moment. And I think I'm probably in the end going to go with a lighter colored sand.
Yeah. Because your escargot shells are going to be kind of a darker color anyway, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Awesome.
and that way too, with the lighter colored sand, like you can really see the fish. And I'm very excited too, because those you may have seen those I don't know what you call them, like angle viewed tanks that they have at PetSmart. Yeah. And I've been like, those are so cool. And finally I did the thing which happens from time to time, kind of like you're drunk ordering. Like you just they're on the 50% off or whatever, and you're like, that's a great size tank. I'll use it eventually. And that particular one doesn't usually go on sale.
Right.
And it was on 50% off, like maybe it was Christmas or something. So I got it, and it's been in the garage for a year. And I'm like, I mean, what a better tank for Shelleys, right?
That's great, because you get that 3/4 view, and you don't get a headache looking at them from an angle.
Yeah. So I'm awesome. That was a very long way of answering your question of what am I excited about doing next or something like
that. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah. I love that. All right, so we're gonna close it out, because we're a minute over. Anyway, so but before we do, this
isn't like the World Cup. You have extra time.
We go into extra innings.
I don't think they call them innings.
Extra periods.
I think they just call it extra time.
Longer time,
which is really well, I don't want to go on a tangent of soccer stuff, but it's really weird, because I'm like, how are you supposed to know as a team and a player how much time do you have left? When is the game going to be over? Like, you get there and then all of a sudden they're like, ta-da, you have 5 minutes or you have 10 minutes. It's just, I don't know. All right, so it's kind of the same thing here, right? Ta-da! You're getting an extra bonus 5 minutes of content.
Yeah, so you have an extra minute to, like, is there anything that I haven't asked you that you wished I would ask you so that you can answer it?
Oh man, that's a tough question. Oh, I know. Why do I have a fish persona as Fishman Jason?
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's a great question. All right, Jason, I've always wondered. Why do you have Fishman Jason? Like, what is this fish persona? What is that?
Yeah, so when I was in the 6th grade, my friend Alan Romano, we had this creative writing assignment, and he decided to write this like 2 or 3 page story about Fishman Jason. And it was actually, like, by 6th grade creative writing standards, it was fabulous. But he wrote this whole dramatic story about how his fish were dying and he needed help, and it was time to call for help, and he called Fishman Jason, and all this stuff. And this had all actually happened. He had a 20 high. He was having a hard time, and so I came over to his house. We're like doing water changes, and I'm doing the best I can with my limited powers at the time. So he wrote this whole creative writing story about it, of course, which meant that I was forever cursed as a 6th grader.
Well, do you have a copy of that? Like, do you have the
I
copy
don't.
of it?
I should reach out to him. Maybe he's got one, or his mom has one in the basement or something.
If you're still listening at this point, thank you for listening to this episode. And if you reach out to Fishman Jason, he will have a copy of that for you.
There you go. So that's how I got the name, and then at some point I just owned it instead of being awkward about it.
Those aren't mutually exclusive, though.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Well, all right, man. Hey, I appreciate you so much for coming on our first show, giving us a first successful episode. These aren't going to be coming out in like audio only format for a few weeks. I think I've got six guests lined up right now, so we're good for a bit. Great. But yeah, I love having you on. Had great conversation with you. Appreciate it very much. Can't wait for you to get
Yeah.
back to Tennessee. Get to a
Yes.
meeting. You bum.
Oh, I'm dying. I'm gonna bring so much stuff. I have at least 2 fish for BAP points. I got rice fish. I got the guppies. I have plants
Oh.
coming out of my ears. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's awesome. It'll be good to see you again, friend.
Okay. Yeah, same here.
All
Thanks
right.
for everything you're doing for the hobby.
Thanks, man. And you're welcome. I'm going to close us out here. You've been listening to the Weekly Water Change podcast from AquaFindr. If you have any questions about AquaFindr or any any suggestions or anything that you want to see on the platform or any suggestions about this podcast, let me know in comments, in email, on the platform. Let me know. Happy to answer, and always trying to get better. This is my first time podcasting, first time hosting this format. So any feedback is greatly appreciated, and I will catch you all next week.